All right, we are live. We are horned up. We are ready to go.
Hell yeah, we were horned up. The draft is over, but I'm not as sad as I thought I'd be. I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm kind of sad. Julian Marker's in the house, winner of the Vikings jersey. You got Dalvin Cook coming in the mail. We got Matamidi. We got Griff Daddy. We got Patrick, Sways Craze, AJ Barnes, and Poopy.
Patrick Harms, thank you for. I'm assuming you're the one who was the mysterious Rick Spielman. I got a card on draft day, Chris Herndon, and a note. Sorry about the trade.
Wow, I'm surprised you didn't put it in like magazine letters. Even be creepier.
Yes, it was actually kind of horrifying, but also very funny. Appreciate that.
All right, we got Davey in the house. So I don't know what that picture is. He looks very unwell. Von Joyner.
Chico.
My name is Jeff. One of our favorites. Griff Daddy does not agree with your jersey choice, by the way.
Wow. We always had the memories. Who do you want me to get? Tells it. Running back, we got Ty Chandler. Is that what you wanted?
Get Ty Chandler, baby. Griff Daddy's driving home, all hopped up on something, probably sniffing gas today.
I don't think so. He's had nothing but water and string cheese.
Harms wants you to show off that gem he sent you.
The card or the note again? The creepy ass note.
The card, man.
You gotta reach.
Aaron Hunt. I didn't even see. Did your boy, your big defensive end, get picked up by anyone? Love to hear it. There it is. Yeah. Chris Herndon.
It's ironic. Oh, it's actually a Vikings card. Okay, I thought it was his rookie. Patrick Harms going all out. Appreciate that. Again, if you guys want to have nightmares, if you ever get a note like this in your mailbox, lock the doors.
Yeah, that he has horrible penmanship, Sways.
I know. I was like, Rick Spielman writes like he's 6.
Aaron Hunt. I'm actually really curious about that defensive end from Iowa if he went anywhere.
Go on Google.
I want to look at your face, Davey. I'm not. I definitely know Kelly's Heroes. That's way. I think that's prior. I think I was still in my dad's bag when that show was on.
Oh my God, what were you doing in there?
Swimming, looking to get out.
Jesus.
Bob Sweet in the house. Viking Jerome. Jelly Monster. Everybody from last Wednesday, the pre-tailgate, I got all the hats out today. It takes a while for them to actually make them and send them out, but I believe we got about 9 hats on the way.
And I am going to start addressing the envelopes myself to get those keychains and stickers in the mail to you lucky ones who got those as well.
Hell,
thank you for everybody who hopped on for the tailgate party. What a party we had.
That was fun. We still are doing the hashtag 7,000. We're going to do that. Let's do it tomorrow. Let's commit to doing it tomorrow. Up against those Dallas.
Very sexy picture.
Jelly Monster. Yeah, you were one of them. It's definitely in the mail. Ooh, Van Valkenburg is a Raider. That's a perfect spot.
Wow. Yeah, he looked pretty cool in the black and silver. Well, we got a great show today with some post-draft topics, some Viking stuff, and I think there's a game at the end. We always like to play a game during our shows.
One of these times you're just going to sit and watch us play Monopoly. It's going to be great. We're just going to get wasted.
Oh, my God. I'm definitely going to get Baltic Avenue.
Oh, man. That's like $50. Mediterranean and Baltic.
Well, Baltic's like the $2 one, isn't it?
Griff Daddy has a question for you. And if you had to guess who was the biggest package of the Vikings, it's a pretty crazy question there, Griff Daddy, but I definitely have an answer.
It's a great question. I just can't get Shanko. That was so many years ago, but the thing just keeps staring me in the face when I think about this great question by Griff Daddy.
Well, let me answer it for you. It's always the sneaky ones that all of a sudden just appear with a chunk of rope from their maker. And I'm saying Dan Chisena. Dan Chisena walks in strutting that stuff. He rarely has anything on, and that thing is dragging on the floor. Really? Hey, Harms. Me and Harms on the same page. Yes.
Call him Chiswena, I guess, from now on.
Oh, well, actually, Jelly Monster Munt
no
actually is possible.
No, you have the other thing.
Looks like we have a winner here, by the way.
Dick, I have a big package. All right, Dick. All right. Wow.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk. We're talking draft. We're talking plenty of stuff. Let's do this.
All right, we are horned up, and first thing we're going to talk about Minnesota Vikings draft is in the books. What was they had 10 picks. 10 picks. Appear to have some sort of sore on my hand. What was your favorite Minnesota Vikings pick from the 2022 NFL draft?
Favorite pick out of the whole draft class. And if you want to throw a quick Y in there, that'd be great. Let's leave this show tonight feeling very good about our draft class. Let's go. Favorite pick.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hear that? Sounds like happiness.
The movie? And if you've seen the movie Happiness, let us know.
Huh?
If you've seen the movie Happiness, also let us know in the comments.
If you haven't, I'd love to sit down and watch it with you.
Yeah, well, you told me it was the funniest movie ever made, and I was horrified with what I saw.
We got a handful of booths here. I will say Patrick Harms, aka Sways Craze, is not happy with this draft. I've seen multiple comments on our videos. Patrick Harms, someone should probably check on him. He is very upset about this draft, and he is not warming up to it at all.
Hey, sorry about the draft. Love Lups.
Booth. I'm surprised. We got a guard from LSU, Mr. Ed Ingram.
Ellis Gregor, you're here. Have you ever seen the movie Happiness? Very key.
I bet Ellis Gregor was an extra on that movie. Ty Chandler, Vidarian Lowe, love it.
Really, some shocking ones on here. Ty Chandler, really.
I mean, the more you read about Ty Chandler, it sounds like he's the next freaking Walter Payton. Everybody loves this guy.
He was like the 26th running back taken too. And there was a lot of running backs there. I couldn't believe it. Jalen Naylor by Dirk Diggler.
Keep up on the comments. I got to check something quick.
All right. I hope it's happiness reviews. Jalen Naylor's, that's just Dirk Diggler again. He thinks if he says it twice, more people will follow. Not exactly the case.
Purple Pocket Podcast. Caleb Evans. We're definitely going to have this dude on our show. Spoiler alert. And if you haven't, go subscribe to him. Good stuff.
We're going to have him on our show?
Absolutely. We're going to have him on our show.
Wow. Well, I should take back my next comment or my next one.
No, he's good. I like him. I enjoy him. Jalen Naylor, Diggers.
There wasn't much actually when you were doing it. Seeing got one here.
All right, Lup, I guess who's your favorite?
My favorite was Andrew Booth Jr. in round 2, moving back up to get him. Fills our biggest need that we had with one of my top 5 corners in this draft. Love his size, love his length, love the way he just explodes the football, whether it's coming up to cover somebody or going for the tackle. Andrew Booth Jr. I said it before, he plays with some swag, and he gets me horned up.
Yeah, I wish I could. I mean, everybody nailed it. It's Andrew Booth. It's the value. I mean, nobody can. If he was the pick at 12, it would have been like, oh wow, but nobody would have been upset about it. Nobody. So I mean, the fact that we get him that far down, hell yes, Andrew Booth. This draft class, I mean, scene is going to be fantastic. We got some guys that we're excited about in the mid rounds, but this is going to live or die about what Andrew Booth does in this draft, if it's great or not.
The draft as a whole?
The Vikings draft class is going to hinge on Andrew Booth.
Yeah, but I think it also hinges on the trades you made within the division. If those guys end up being superstars and you come back but if they smoke your ass twice a year for the next 5 to 10 years, then I think it also hinges on that too.
Yeah, they won't. They're horrible.
I hope not.
Bad ball players.
I hope not. Purple Haze finally made it. He was out. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe biking. He probably bikes.
Purple Haze, we've been worried sick about you. Viking Jerome, I think Rick Spielman thinks he could have. I know he does. I bet he does. Rick Spielman's very arrogant.
Actually, did he grade the Vikings draft? So I saw someone mention that on he did a.
If he did, I'd love to see what that grade was.
It's funny you mentioned Rick Spielman because he's going to be a topic here coming up real soon.
Brian Westerland thinks that draft was a joke. Well, hey, if it wasn't for that round 1 trade, we wouldn't have had half the players we got. Let's go. Mark J is breaking news. Mine suck balls.
All right, so
Up is right. You're right. I mean, I'm just being stupid, but yeah, if Jameson Williams obviously ends up being one of the best wide receivers ever to play, it's going to be a horrible, horrible trade. But keep in mind that Kwesi basically said Vikings weren't taking Jameson Williams. The Lions were going to trade up and take him regardless. It's not like he wasn't going to go to the Lions. He's made that very clear without just flat out saying it. So who gives a crap?
You know who the Vikings are always going to take in this draft in round 1? Lewis Seen. It was decided like 2 months ago. Which again,
the Lions were always going to take Jameson Williams. I mean, whether we gave him to him or somebody else, they were going to get him.
Oh, maybe unless somebody else straight up and got him.
They did.
I'm just saying, if we said no to them, went somewhere else. Let's say we take Seen at 12. Someone else could have got Jameson Williams.
The only way we weren't taking is if we took him, and clearly we didn't want him.
I think we just wanted Lewis Seen more.
I'm just fine with that.
Emotional breakdown? You talking like what we had on Friday or Thursday night?
Probably when Lupicus was on, you're almost crying, completely wasted.
I was completely wasted.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I do agree, though, Dirk. If you're going to move on 20 spots, you should get a little bit more. But again,
everybody agrees on that. Nobody can argue that point.
This goes back to, I think, Kwesi knowing who he wanted, knowing, I can go back here and still get him. I will take a lesser bargain. That's on him. All right, let's go to
what else we got?
Our least favorite pick of the 2022 NFL Draft. Booth was kind of the consensus as the favorite. Who was the least favorite?
And you can't say a trade. It's got to be a player. Worst pick the Vikings made. Jeff, very hard, very, very deep.
We are emotional creatures. Just like the characters in Happiness.
Panther, one of my favorite characters from an adult film.
Yeah, Somewhere Under the Rainbow, I believe that's called.
Absolutely, it was. Come on, who's your least favorite pick? We got nothing so far. Let's see it.
Evans. Patrick Harms hates Evans.
I was surprised by that and didn't really like it, but the fact how much the Vikings love this guy, I mean, we must be missing something. Muses. I mean, he was our seventh-round pick.
Can you please show the picture of him that was on Twitter? That is the greatest thing ever.
I think everybody probably already saw it.
Griff I know, but if we could pop that in like we did with what's his name? Ryan. What the hell's that guy? We got Griff.
All right, you can keep up on the comments. I'll find the picture just in case.
All right, appreciate that. I don't know how you can hate that guy if he does something like that. It's fantastic. But again, it's the 7th round. How can you get upset? The worst pick you hate is a 7th round tight end flyer. You got to take a tight end at some point. Why not take that guy? He ripped
up the East-West Shrine game.
And he did a cool backflip into his pool after he was drafted. And yeah, he
Cam Bynum style?
He did. He's
Cam Bynum.
Ellis Gregor does not like Ty Chandler. He said he's going to be wasted talent. LSU are going to be good. Aaron Hunt says Evans was way too early. Dirk Diggler says Muse knows hand jobs. Show the pick. He's getting very antsy.
Oh, if Dirk Diggler hasn't seen this, I'm very worried about what he's going to do when he sees it. All right, you guys ready for Nick Muse?
Oh, my God. How do you not like that guy? Look at that. That's how I would pose for my picture. Showing some belly, showing some sass with that hip. Look at that guy.
Nick Muse, there he is. Drink him in. That's our new tight end.
Yeah. And you guys hate that pick? These are picks that get guys drafted. That's what you got to do to make it next level. You got to put yourself out there like that.
That belly button, you can drink a bowl of soup out of that thing. Yeah, so there's our tight end. Appears he's kind of an all-around tight end. He's a good blocker. He can good route runner. Can catch the ball. Hell of a poser. So there he is. I'm sure that won't be the last time you've seen that tonight. But hey, we can't be too rude. Hey, he might be on the show someday, damn it. We were going to get him on, so we've got to be polite.
Yeah. Julia Margaret thinks that's SSM Creed.
It's close. Oily hips, Mark J. I don't even know what oily hips means. Were they wet?
It's one of those things they say. It's one of those draft, whatever words we were saying before.
Yeah, everybody seems to have gotten a little ill from that picture. So we probably won't show that anymore. Oh, there he is. There's the boy. I'm sure Dirk Diggler right now is working on putting Lupagus's face on this picture to the profile.
I'm sure he is. I think it's actually your turn. It's going to be yours. All right, so who was your least favorite pick of all of our 10 picks?
It's funny. My least favorite is also the guy that could end up being the best player in this draft, and it was Ed Ingram. Ed Ingram, I mean, he could be a plug-and-play day-one starter. We're just like, holy shit, I can't believe how good this guy is. We've missed this beautiful right guard for years. But the reason I don't like him is just the players we passed on, and I know we're going to talk about that later, but there were some damn good players on the board. We know the off-field stuff. I just thought it was a little too early. I just thought it was too damn early for late second round. Take Ed Ingram.
Yeah, I had him as more of a third round guy. So I always kind of give like a window, a 1 round window if teams, takes the guy within that window and don't get too upset. So yeah, but I mean, if this guy went and played center at the Senior Bowl, kind of dominated. So we mentioned it. I mean, maybe that's where they're going to look at him and putting him. And if you're getting your future center right there, why the hell not? We'll see how that all pans out. But to me,
the other thing, quick, before you give yours, is just how much. I mean, yeah, maybe he goes to center. I don't think he's going to center. I think he's going to be the right guard. I don't think they're just going to switch him up and move him around. It's just the amount of free agents we brought in at right guard, and then all of a sudden just take a guard in round 2. It's like, why did we bring these guys in? If so there's that. But
it's weird because you see that every year too. Where you hit a position in free agency and then they still draft one early. It's weird. But again, it makes you wonder if it's not. I mean, I do think Ed Ingram's probably going to get some run at center, but maybe someone else does too.
I don't think Ed Ingram's going to even have a sniff at center.
Get a sniff of that belly button right there. All right. Well, to me, mine is it's Caleb Evans, and maybe he's going to be in the show. I'm not going to be mean about him or anything, but didn't know who he was. I'm not going to lie. I love his size, but we go and read everything about him. There's just nothing that really sticks out. Nothing that, there's no elite ball skills. Everything just kind of seemed to be average, and you give a future 4th round pick, next year's 4th, to move up and get him and get these winning Quasi's guys. But now, personally, next draft season, I got to sit here and do simulated mock drafts without a 4th round pick for the second year in a row. And I am pissed off about that. I want my 4th round pick back, and I want it now.
Well, do the PFT wanting, do some trades and get one back. Evans, it's going to be a beautiful story when this guy ends up just being fantastic, because I didn't know jack shit about him when he was drafted. And the more I learn about him, the more I see the Vikings love him. You read all the negative stuff about him. He's too scrawny. He doesn't have ball skills. We'll see. We will see. I do know somebody who does have ball skills.
Who's that? You need like a little song when that comes on. God, he's got sassy hips. Sassy hips. That's going to be a new draft phrase. Next year, we're evaluating talent.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, again, I want to be very clear. Ed Ingram, I think, could be fantastic, but when the pick was made, I just didn't like it.
I don't know. You seemed excited. I was with you. All right.
I was excited. Where are we at? Some crazy ass pick that.
That's the other thing too. If you actually know the guy and maybe looked at him, you feel a little validated at that moment when the pick is made too. So definitely something going on there. All right, let's go. Who are some guys we passed on that we kind of maybe we'll regret it down the road? Some guys Vikings could have had, decided to go elsewhere.
And, I mean, obviously, Kyle Hamilton. I mean, round 1 guys are going to be easy. If you got like a round 2, round 3, or even late rounds, love to see it. Slick hips. Patrick Harms does not have high hopes for Ed Ingram. Drew Samia was a little more just immobile.
I don't know. The initial thought of Drew Samia was he was huge. He's huge. No one's going to be able to move this guy. Hey, Tim Boss. Hey, man.
Boss was in the house. Hey, dudes. I love those shoes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tim.
Hell yeah. Buy me some stamps tomorrow with that. Send out these keychains.
George Pickens, Harms. I feel you there. I feel you. Sky Moore. Yeah. There's Julian with his damn stinker remarks. Calvin Austin. What did he end up going in? Was it round 3, round 4?
Yeah, it was later than I ever expected it to be. That's for sure. Calvin Austin, that is a good one. Duffy should have been an easy pick at 12.
Arms.
Boy,
Patrick Harms and I mean, I love Patrick Harms. We are not on the same page with this draft class.
He's still got some post-draft anger he's hanging on to.
Charlie Kohler.
Charlie Kohler. Goddamn Ravens are taking everybody. 2 tight ends.
Ravens. How could you not give them an A++++++?
And the Jets too. Jesus, I mean, a couple teams just nailed this thing.
They suck. Wide
George
receivers.
Pickens' video of him watching himself be drafted is also hilarious. Oh, there it is. He did. Oh, look you're the belly button.
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Oh, Tariq Woolen. Yeah, he went later than I expected too.
Yeah, that dude went like what, 4th, 5th? I mean, he was there forever.
It's got to be the inexperience. He's so damn raw. Doesn't tackle.
LS Cole Kelly. Where did he end up going, anyways? I don't even remember.
Did he get drafted? I remember if he was an undrafted guy.
I think he got drafted.
Let me whip up my Googler here and see.
Googler.
Oh my God!
Mark Easton. We're gonna talk about.
He's Washington. He's Washington.
Drafted. Or free agent.
Yeah.
All right, Lupagus, who are some guys that you missed on?
He'll probably start for them next year. Well, my first one, you already mentioned Kyle Hamilton. That's the one that's always going to kind of be about to me. I'm always going to compare Lewis Cine to Kyle Hamilton.
Easy.
Maybe even Andrew Booth compared to, I think those are going to definitely be some. Like I mentioned, some other guys that I did like as well. But another one, obviously, you got the 66th pick. You go with a linebacker, and you got a generational talent, future Hall of Famer, tight end, Jelani Woods staring you in the face. You could have got that guy 6'7", 4.5 speed, doesn't come along very often, and you take a position you really didn't need to address that early in an undersized, speedy linebacker. So that's one that will always sting me. I'll be watching his career, Jelani Woods, very close.
Jelani Woods, yeah, I figured. I mean, I would love to say Cole Strange, but I mean, we went in the first round. He was not even a sniff on our radar. I
couldn't believe that.
Cole Strange, glad he was a first-round pick. Love that. But I'm not sad that we didn't take him in the first round.
We would have had to trade down 26 to get him.
You know what? You're right. You're right there.
Wherever the hell it was, yeah.
Patreon page, hit it up if you're here. $2 a month. That's it. My guys. So yeah.
You keep doing that sound.
Who was our third round pick again?
Our third round pick?
Oh no. Never mind.
Asamoah.
So with Ed Ingram, I think there was some damn good players still on the board. Martin Emerson was there, who went after, who would I loved. I would have loved the double dip that quick. Andrew Booth, Martin Emerson. Travis Jones was still on the board when we took Ingram. D'Angelo Malone was still on the board when we took Ingram. Would have loved the shit out of that. Round 4, when Evans was on the board, Jalen Armour Davis, cornerback, was there. Charlie Kohler, Isaiah Likely, Zach Tom. Would have loved any of those guys. And then after getting those later rounds, I mean, Tariq Woolen stuck around a lot longer than he should have. But Bo Melton, we could have took him in round 7 instead of Smelton Melton. We could have took him instead of old Nick here. But we took Bo Melton, or we took him.
Okay.
But I was really hoping for one of those short, speedy receivers. Jalen Naylor. Can't wait to see what he's got, but I wanted Bo Melton.
Thank you, Bayo, for pimping the Patreon over there. I do want to go. I think we need to talk to Patrick Harms here because I don't know how old Patrick Harms is. He's sitting there. He's still pissed about this draft, pissed about the players, pissed about who we could have had. I've seen too many of these. I'm 41 years old. I've seen
yuck.
I don't know. I've watched 20-something drafts very, very closely, been pissed off. One of my favorite draft classes of all time was 2007. You remember that? We got Adrian Peterson, Sidney Rice. I mean, every pick we were taking, we loved. Rufus Alexander was in there. It was just our heads were exploding. We couldn't believe these guys were getting. There was like 3 good players from that draft. So you just don't know. You just don't know. So I don't get that upset anymore. What pissed me off this year was just not getting your value for moving down 20 spots more than anything else. I'm not going to get too high or too low on where these players are taken. because we're not going to know how they pan out. And another thing you got to factor in is injuries. I mean, these guys could get hurt, miss a rookie year. That can completely derail a guy who's a very good player, doesn't get that chance. So just Patrick, settle down. Let's just see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. Don't get too upset.
Hey, how come, I mean, when it comes to everybody getting so pissed off about the trade value, everybody knew this draft was dog shit after like the first 10 picks. Why would somebody give up a first rounder next year in a draft class that's completely stacked? We got to be realistic of the fact that, yeah, when you look at the draft charts, we did not match what we probably should have gotten. But this draft was crap in the first round. Once you get to round 3, round 4, round 5, the value matches it, but it didn't match it. So just get over it. I mean, it wasn't there. It was not there. Nobody's going to give you that much to move back in a shitty draft.
And the other thing, too, I mean, Lewis Cine was ranked high on a lot of teams' boards. You saw Dallas one leak. That was deciphered. He was like 13, 14. So that was a guy who I think the NFL had rated much higher than, the standard draft analysts or the draft nerds that are out there doing their stuff.
I would have the 2 second-round picks, and then we move that around. I mean, we'll see what happens. Again, it's going to come back to if Jameson Williams, Kyle Hamilton, or the next coming of whoever, we'll eat it then. But let's just wait it out.
Oh yeah, we'll do videos of us eating it for sure.
We'll be
But let's
plenty
give
of stuff.
Kwesi some credit. This is his first draft, and he's not afraid to move up and down the board. It's like I move up and down that belly area with my fingers. Oh my God! Wow, seeing Booth and Esmore, the future core of this team. Yeah, I hope you're right. Jeff. Let's give Kwesi some credit though. I mean, he manipulated the board. He wasn't afraid to make deals. He went up and got who he got, and he moved back when he thought he could get his guy a little bit later.
He's got balls. He's got a wheelbarrow to carry him around in. The man's got balls. Bruce Hansen, new Patreon.
Wow.
Let's give a shout. My name is Jeff, as always, just hitting us up left and right, damn near every week. Appreciate it, sir. You are a wonderful viewer. Thank you. You all are.
And I think you will get a picture of me posing like this.
I don't know where it is. I lost it. It's a couple clicks away. I'll catch up to you a little bit.
All right, so let's tackle this. This isn't
you, Griff Daddy.
There he is. And he's driving, so hopefully he didn't get an accident or hit any children when he was writing that. Let's just I'm curious what you guys think. If this was still Rick Spielman in charge of this draft, he was our GM, how do you see things being different? Not saying better or worse. How would it have been different if Rick Spielman was making these calls last weekend?
There it is. Let's get 3 Patreons tonight. We only got 2 to go. Only 2 to go. Everybody's welcoming Bruce. See, his Patreon page is just a real nice community here. Yeah, if Rick Spielman was doing this draft? First off, who would have been the first round pick? And what would have been different? I really want to know that first round pick.
Probably Nick Muse.
Oh, Nick. Wait till this guy turns out to be the next Steve Jordan.
You got a couple of Hamiltons. I see Patrick Harms think he would have ran the card in. Tim Boss is all over Hamilton, more 7th rounders. Hamilton. Those Gregor thinks he would have taken McDuffie. I don't know Derek Duncan. I think the Garrett Bradbury thing would have scared Rick away from Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah, I couldn't definitely not go in center. Stingley. Well, I got bad news on that one.
Micro Mike is in the house. Micro Mike, who now can be the biggest Aiden Hutchinson fan in the world. So well done getting Aiden
Micro
Hutchinson.
Mike, well done on a wonderful draft. The Lions, great draft. Yeah. And again, Micro Mike bringing on Herman Moore for the live show. Loved it. That was wonderful.
Yeah. I remember, everybody watching got to say hi to Herman Moore. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Well, Micro Mike.
And also, he thanks us for Jameson Williams. We'll see. Andrew Booth is going to be shutting his ass down left and right, baby. Left and right.
Wow.
I mean, the Lions have such a good reputation for first-round wide receivers. I'm so scared of Jameson Williams.
I'm more concerned about I'm really worried about the quarterback who's going to throw him the ball.
I gotta give Micro Mike some crap just because his draft was so good. All right. Well, Luppagus, if Spielman was the GM, what would we have done?
I'll be right back. Yeah, what have you done? Round 1 right now. A lot of Hamiltons.
What are you doing?
I was gonna get up and get my throat's
Hurry
getting
up.
parched.
Micro Mike giving love left and right. Yeah, Micro Mike, fan favorite of the show.
Who's that?
Micro Mike.
Oh yeah, we love Micro Mike. I'm back. All right. So what do you think? What's
Sims
going done
reference.
in round 1?
Oh, I mean, you can't deny it. If Spielman would have went with the sexy pick, whether that would have been Jameson Williams, Kyle Hamilton, maybe even a Jordan Davis in the mix. But after that pick, he would have just kept on moving back. He would have, I mean, that's all we'd have gotten. Spielman would have went all in on some dude right off the top, value, and then kept moving his ass back, and we would have ended up with 14 Nick Muses. We wouldn't have gotten Andrew Booth. We wouldn't have got Asamoah. He would have just kept moving back. We'd probably have 3 4th rounders next year, but no depth.
100% Rick Spielman would have took Kyle Hamilton at 12. He loves Golden Domers. No doubt in my mind that would have been his pick. But you're right. Then he would have sat there at 46, and we wouldn't have gotten Andrew Booth. I don't know who we would have gotten at that point.
Moved his ass back 10 times. We wouldn't have gotten anybody.
I don't know. We'll see. He would have took somebody. But one thing I'm 100% sure on, we would not have a Caleb Evans. He would not move back up to take him. We would not have a Sezi Atomeo. He would not take a Gopher. No way in hell. And you're right. We would have had about 5 more 7th-round picks.
Yeah, it's easy. Top heavy, no depth. Well, a ton of depth, ton of shitty depth because we would have had 15 7th-round picks.
Yeah. We picked what, 226 in the 7th? It was one of the first 7th-round picks, and we were done. Game over.
We were done, and that 7th-round pick was this.
Hell yeah.
I will say this. I would take Kwesi right now with this draft over what Spielman would have done. We all know what Spielman would have done, and that's exactly what he would have done. And I would rather have the route of Kwesi.
Well,
ask me in 2 years, but.
All right, what we got next here?
Donkey can't believe what he just saw. He's late to the show.
I don't know. Is he talking about the pitcher or dancing?
No, I think he was talking about Muskie. Oh, Jelly Monster has some breaking news.
He might not. We'll find out with our in-depth training camp report. We're going to be there in the showers reporting live. Maybe do a live show.
And Julian, yeah, you stepped on your dick there, man. You should have
really screwed up. All right. So the draft is over. What do you guys consider to be still the biggest hole on the Minnesota Vikings roster?
And don't say Nick Muse between the butt cheeks. That would be immature.
Going to go with his belly button because we can actually see the other part. But yeah, what's the biggest hole in the Minnesota Vikings as we get ready for? I guess mini camps are coming up here soon.
We should have put a disclaimer: no center talk. I mean, Bradbury's the center. Anything but center. Biggest hole other than center because we don't know the mystery behind center. I can't see them going with Bradbury, so I think they have something up their sleeves.
I think it's center.
Well, it is center, but I just think out of all these guys they signed, I think they're going to squash that.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to do a video on the biggest mysteries of the 2022 Vikings, I guess we could do who is going to be the center, but we should do that video. We could do like Robert Stack and stuff.
The biggest mystery of the season is why is this happening? Backup quarterback. Ron does not want to see that ever again. LS.
I think it's very nice.
Ellis comment earlier, he hates the depth at inside linebacker, and I think it's more intriguing in the depth than inside. I mean, Asamoah, Chaz Surratt, Blake Lynch isn't horrible. It's just a matter of what they're going to do at that depth. Very inexperienced. I mean,
there's depth there. I think you're going to definitely argue, is it good depth?
Valid. Ryan Westland already thinks our GM is the weakest link. Cornerback, I've seen that a few times. Everybody still thinks cornerback is still very weak, and it's fair, but it also could be surprisingly good.
Well, I mean, this is why you're saying cornerback. You got old man Patrick Peterson, Cam Downser, who's just been hit or miss his entire career so far. And then you got rookie depth behind that as your top depth. So it is scary. I think one thing that could help the cornerback group, if Lewisine does end up starting a safety, is Cam Bynum being able to move in there, play some corner, because he did in college. So I think that's an underrated aspect of the 22 Vikings defense, is maybe Cam Bynum playing more corner than anybody expects.
Yeah, old Cam, man. I think they're going to have fun with him and Scene. I think they're going to do some crazy shit to really mess up these opposing offenses, and Jameson Williams is going to be on his ass.
Yeah. What happened to Troy Dye? I think it just he's just undersized at the pro level. He's just not big enough, not thick enough, and hitting him is probably feeling like getting a massage from a kitten. Just a nice little.
Oh, he can
taps.
lay up punch. My name is Jeff. Again, that's very underrated concern. If we were also in that Brian O'Neill would go down, we would be calling Rashad Hill, unfortunately, immediately, because we don't have anybody to fill that role.
Yeah, we do.
Randall, yikes.
Jesse Davis.
Let's get a new Patreon tonight. We already got one. Let's get number 2. Are we sending a subscriber to England for October 2nd? That's be quite the expense. Maybe how about a keychain?
What is there? There must be a London. Is there like a London, Ohio? We could send you there on a Greyhound bus.
Seen a lot of tight ends still too. That was one of my. I think that was number 2 biggest weaknesses, because Johnny Munt, nothing but a blocker. Ellison, blocker. Zach Davidson cannot really do much of anything, as we saw in preseason. And Nick Muse is Nick Muse.
Who? I don't remember. What does he look like?
Gosh, so many clicks. I got to be ready for this. There he is. That's what we're relying on.
Yeah, the depth there is horrifying. All you can hope is that Irv Smith stays healthy, and that Johnny Munt can maybe, he can get a catch here and there, and then either Nick Muse beats out Zach Davidson and can catch and maybe make some plays, but you don't have that confidant. You don't have that solid fallback plan. So, the tight end depth is a little bit concerning as well. I think we hit most of them. I mean, look at the D line. There is some question marks there, and I think most of that has to do just with how are some of these guys going to fit. What's Patrick Jones going to be? How does the ginger snap fit into this new defense? I know Janarius Robinson's probably going to be outside linebacker, but I mean, what is he even a player who can make this team? Is he, was he worth the 4th round pick last year? So a lot of question marks. When it comes to the depth chart, I think it's actually probably the most intriguing part of Vikings training camp in the preseason this year will be that.
Can't wait. Look forward to some fine day where the One Bar and Lupagus show does some sort of meetup for a game down in the Twin Cities where we just get shit-faced and go to a game. I can't wait.
Oh, I thought we were going to play a game down there.
No, we're not going to play. We're all going to meet up somewhere and just get wasted and go to a game.
Jesus. Yeah. It's going to be wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to think about that, what the possibilities could be, where I may end up, and with whom.
Yeah, I think you're right. Dirk Diggler, I can confirm that that is not true. I have 2, and very small.
That is not a fact. Not one of the facts. I would have found that fact by now.
Let's talk London. We've had a lot of chatter about London. It's happening. Yeah. 8:30 in the morning. Drinking beers, having a beer mosa. Beer mosas are delicious, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I gotta tell you. I don't know, these London games, these games overseas, not really my favorite thing, and just a thing I guess it doesn't really tickle my fancy, as the British say.
Well, the thing, you got to do it right. Morning game, you got to have an egg bake ready to go. Egg bake,
It changes the entire game menu.
It does change the menu. You can still drink beer. And then you just, I don't know, it's coffee. I'm not that upset about it. Vikings are 2-0 with London games. We'll take that. They're batting 1,000. And we're playing the Saints. We don't have to go to New Orleans, which would have sucked, even to know that Sean Payton's gone. So I'm not that upset about it. I don't mind it one damn bit. It mixes it up. I like it.
Well, and here's the other thing I factor in. When was the last entertaining London game we've seen. It seems like these teams are all jet lagged and kind of off their game. A lot of 13-6 kind of games. So you do have two good offenses here. So maybe this will have some more fireworks. And there's some history between the Saints and the Vikings. So maybe this will break that trend finally. But generally, overseas games are cheeks.
Mark Easton, sounds like we're going to get wasted. Yeah, I mean, we beat I remember I don't know if it was the last one or the one before when we played the Browns. And that was when the Browns were dog shit. And we were losing.
We struggled
right off the bat. And we squeaked her out, but it was pretty tough to watch.
Yeah, we ended up pulling away late in that one. But yeah, the whole team was kind of snoozing the first half, woke up. That's when Adam Thielen did his famous girls soccer slide when he scored a touchdown. He mimicked the. I don't know
all right. No, I know what you're talking about. Julian,
yeah.
Marker,
So
a sausage egg bacon, not a bacon egg bake.
You got to have sausage. Sausage adds so much more flavor than bacon. I love bacon, but when it comes to breakfast, you want some flavor.
And
Put the sausage on there.
What
are you? Did Dirk Diggler finally get to you?
I'm putting Tabasco sauce on there.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Here's the other thing that the London game, if we have a week 4 London game, pretty much guarantees our bye will be in week 5. How is everybody feeling about a week 5 bye in a 17 game season? A little earlier than I prefer.
Yeah, it's early, but I don't know. I'm really impartial to the week 5 bye. Perfect case scenario would be like week 8. Right in the middle, slice her down the middle, ketchup on eggs. Yeah, I do that sometimes.
One thing goes on eggs is cheese. So much cheese. Here's the one thing with the bye. I think the bye is very similar to what people say after the draft. Teams say, we stuck to our board. We took the best player available. Everybody says our bye came at the perfect time. Oh, the bye is coming at the perfect time. You know what? Everybody's going to say that. I mean, it is what it is. But we'll see. Week 15, when you got everybody dinged up, or week 13, sure would have been nice to have a bye right now. But it is what it is.
I don't even think they do buys that late in the season. Hit up that
Patreon. That's why I jumped it back to 13.
We got Bruce tonight. Let's get number 2. Someone else.
Bruce Hansen.
That's it.
His initials are BH.
That's accurate. That is very accurate. Spam.
It's like
spam and an egg bake might be something, Spam, when you think about it, you're like, gross, but it's actually a delicacy around these parts.
Oh, what the hell? Your mom used to make those spam sandwiches. They're delicious.
Yes, they were. All right, so we're going to London. We got the week 5 bye. What else we got?
Well, I'm curious. Do we like our breakfast to be spicy? I mean, do you like? Someone just said hot sauce on eggs. Are we really that early in the morning? Do we really want that kind of zip in our bellies after we've been sleeping all night?
Yeah, it's delicious. Really,
all right, I was curious. Very curious. All right, so we'll see. The schedule comes out a week, I think, from today. Is it the 11th? Or is it in 11 days? I don't remember. I'm
not honestly entirely sure.
And we'll be all over that when it is dropped, the full entire schedule. Very excited to see. Winbar is the spam of Vikings fans.
What?
Skillet. A lot of people really are fans of the spicy breakfast.
Yeah, it's good. It has a little kick. Gets that shitter moving a little bit.
I usually have no problem with that in the mornings. Usually I got to do the opposite.
Winbar's a spam of Vikings fans. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. Spam is a real wet, cold meat.
You take that however you want to. I think a lot of people love spam, though. May
12th is the schedule. Appears everybody's on board with that. So I'm sure we'll do one hell of an episode about that.
It'll be our best ever.
Last year, what I liked about last year, we did the storyline for each one. So that'll be fun. It'll be good. I like it.
Oh, yeah. We did an intro, didn't we?
We did have an intro. We talked like this.
We did. Yeah, well, it's just the breakfast talk. I'm just shocked with all the comments.
Yeah, it's good. Well, let's wrap this up with a quick game for Lupagus. And it's I can't remember what it's called. More or less.
Yeah, so, more or less Tabasco on your eggs. Wait, well, what did it look like again when you did Tabasco on an egg? Well, that's what you do. You go on the other way. No, that's not how you did it the first time.
One bar. What's your longest field goal? I'm glad you asked that. I'm actually fairly good at the old boot ski, and I believe my longest is a 38-yarder. So thank you for asking.
When have you ever measured a 38-yarder?
Well, we used to go to the football field here in the old town, and I nailed that thing. You probably weren't invited. My name is Jeff.
Not.
Jeez.
Wow.
Up again.
He wants one more muse. Hey, you got to do it. He asked for it.
Hey, everybody can blame this on my name is Jeff. There he is.
Wow. How do you cover a guy like that?
You can't. You can only hope to contain him.
He was the only one who wore a white belt, guaranteed. That was not even an option. He got that at
Doesn't
Target.
even look like it's buckled.
Yeah, that's
right.
that is not a team authorized belt. No way in hell. No way in hell. But you're right. Talk about a
get back to get him off there. All right. Final game quick. Let's do this. All right. So more or less, and the whole point of this game is to get a gauge. What? Pointing at
comments. Tim Bosch just put more money down.
Tim Voss, jeez. One of the OGs.
Yeah, absolutely is.
All right. The whole point of this game is to get a feel for how much Lupagus actually liked this draft based off of previous drafts. So I'm going to we're going to talk about the first 3 picks, and I want to know if he liked this pick more or less than previous players taken in that round. When it was taken, not what you know now, but when they were taken.
Yeah, let's go back to when it was taken, because this could go many different ways. Like, I've been pissed, and I tried to be wrong.
I want emotions, the value in your head, whatever was going on. So we're starting off with Lewis Seen, and you're taking the draft. You're taking trades out of the scenario. It's strictly the player.
Yep.
Lewis Seen. Were you more or less excited when the Vikings got Harrison Smith late in round 1?
I got to be honest. I actually think I was more excited about Lewis Seen because I was more aware of Lewis Seen. I did my Draft Crush video. Lewis Seen was on the first or second one. I can't remember. I was drinking wine, talking about Lewis Seen. And Harrison Smith was actually – there was some negative buzz about him, I think, prior to that draft. So I actually think I was more excited about Seen.
That's actually, yeah, we're seeing a lot of mores in the comments, and Seen was the sexier name. Harrison Smith he was looked at that fringe first rounder guy, but the Vikings really weren't really that. He wasn't really on the radar that much for him, was he?
I don't think so, but I can't remember what it was. There was something. There was one big. I remember. I can hear like Mike Mayock in my head saying something about Harrison Smith, and I don't remember what. I can't remember what it was. There was one big knock on him, but yeah, I was all over Lewis Seen's nuts, and not so much when Harrison Smith came out.
Mark Easton, newest Patreon. That is 2 for the night. You guys know the rules. If we get a third, we send out a hat. Just saying.
Wow.
If you're on the fence, hit it up. So, all right. So, yeah, I figured you might go there. All right. We're sticking with Lewis Seen quickly here. Lewis Seen, Xavier Rhodes, who are you more excited about?
If you would have said Sharif Floyd, I would have said Sharif Floyd, but I don't really think I was super excited about Xavier Rhodes. You always say how you don't like defensive tackles in the first round. I kind of feel the way about corners because they always take so long to develop. So and this might be wrong, but I still think I don't think I was super pumped about Xavier Rhodes. And I actually was pumped about Lucy, and I had the video to show it if you don't believe me.
Yeah, a lot of people were excited about Rhodes. Griff Daddy welcoming Mark Easton as well. Thank you for that. Let's get one more Patreon right there. So yeah, that's a tough one. This is last year's Dersa. You can take consideration for Dersa's trade back. Are we more excited about the Dersa pick or the Lewis Seen? Comments. Let's see it.
This one's really, really close, but I'm going to say Dersa because I didn't think he would make it that far down the board. I would have been fine taking him at, what was it, 13 that year or 14? I don't know what we had. So I'm gonna say Darasot just because I thought no one in hell he'd be there on that trade down. I thought we were looking at maybe a Quiddy Pay or just somebody a little less desirable. So I'm gonna say Christian Darasot. I think I was more excited with Darasot, and that's not a knock on scene. And it's super close though.
All right. Well, this was just for fun because I already know the answer. But Lewis Seen or Mike Hughes?
Lewis Seen. I hated the Mike Hughes pick. I wanted Will Hernandez. Would have been wrong on either one of those. But yeah, it would have definitely been Lewis Seen. Not even close.
Is Will Hernandez still a free agent? Isn't he a free agent?
God, I could have swore he signed with somebody.
I don't know.
Oh,
I still have some more left for you.
He is an Arizona Cardinal.
Wow.
Yeah, let's do it. I like this game. This is fun.
All right, let's go to round two. Round two, Andrew Booth this year. Andrew Booth at pick 42, I believe. More excited about Andrew Booth pick or Ezra Cleveland?
Andrew Booth. There was who was the other guy who was out there the Cleveland year? Jones from Arizona got him. Josh Jones. I also wanted him quite a bit.
Houston, one step closer to you.
I might have liked him better than Ezra Cleveland. So yeah, Ezra Cleveland was just okay. There's a lot of buzz with him going. Was it pick 12 the year? The Browns really early. So the fact we got him in round 2 was exciting, but he was never one of my guys.
He was. I remember he was also just out of nowhere the last couple of weeks. Like, this guy's gonna go mid-first round pick, Ezra Cleveland, blah blah blah. So when we did get him, like, holy shit, what a steal! What a steal we got!
Exactly. But Josh Jones was still there. I'm like,
yeah, you're right. One more Patreon tonight. One more, and we're drawn for a hat.
One more.
That's all we need is one more. All right, Andrew Booth or Jeff Gladney. I know Gladney was a round 1 pick, but I'm trying to put it in perspective here.
I was never a Jeff Gladney fan. Never liked Jeff Gladney.
Right,
never.
That's it. That's easy.
Didn't like him.
All right, Andrew Booth or Brian O'Neill?
No, I wasn't excited about Brian O'Neill at all. I thought he was a 3rd round pick. We got him in the round 2 that year. I was more excited about Jalen Holmes that year than I think it was with Brian O'Neill. And that's what I'm saying. That's what Patrick Harms needs to realize how wrong we usually are. I'm being honest.
No, that's fair. Brian O'Neill, everyone said that he's a year or 2 from even playing. All of a sudden he comes over as a rookie and just fucking dominates. Dominates ever since. Andrew Booth or Kyle Rudolph? Who are you more excited about? Wow. A lot of Booths, by the way. Everybody's very, very excited about the Booth pick.
So you're really putting me back here. You put me back about 11 years. Probably Kyle Rudolph, just because the Christian Ponder pick was so depressing, and like we actually took a player who I think projected to go round 1. We got him round 2. Felt like I made up for it. So very, very exciting. So, and again, this isn't a slight Andrew Booth and my excitement for that, but Kyle Rudolph was more exciting. Yeah,
Kyle Rudolph was kind of like the Irv Smith when we got him. It was just like, wow, that was a great pick. I can't believe we got him there. Yeah. All right, wrapping this up quick. Let's go to round 3. Ed Ingram, which will be an interesting one. Ed Ingram, round 2, I should say. Round 2, Ed Ingram or Toby Gerhart? Which player were you more excited about?
Wow. Yeah, I didn't like the Toby Gerhart pick. I think that was our 2nd pick that year. We had some names.
He won the Heisman.
We had Adrian Peterson on our team. We didn't need another running back in round 2. That was stupid at the time. We had bigger needs to address it. Was it offensive tackle? I think it was. And we go with the running back. When you're already set at running back, absolutely Ed Ingram.
But when we got Gerhart, it's not like we were upset. We were just very surprised. Like, what the hell just happened? I mean, the guy had like 90,000 touchdowns at Stanford.
But you got Adrian Peterson in his prime.
Was. And then he went and made a shitload of money for the Jaguars and didn't do anything.
And good for Toby.
All right, Ed Ingram or Mac Alexander?
I think I was more excited for Mac Alexander. But it's not by much. Like, I wasn't super excited about Ed Ingram, but I was more excited with Mac Alexander.
Runner up, you're right.
Again,
even when I said that, who won the Heisman that year?
Bo Callahan.
Yeah, Gerhardt had so many touchdowns. We had surprisingly a lot of Mac Alexanders. Everybody is very excited about Mac.
Well, he was like a first-round talent that year, and then I don't think he led a touchdown in college. It was some crazy stat. And then we got him in round 2. Everybody's excited, even me.
All right, couple more. Ed Ingram or Irv Smith?
Oh, this is easy. This is the easiest one you asked me. Irv Smith Jr. That was just glorious. Getting Irv Smith Jr., this athletic tight end who was like a receiver who could get all these yards after the catch from Alabama, coming off a great game in the championship game. Yeah, it was Irv Smith Jr.
Mark J. I remember that very well. It's like all he talked about. Yeah, I never had an interception in college. All right, last one. Ed Ingram or Phil freaking Lodeholt?
Here's a funny side story. I wasn't actually awake when Phil Lodeholt was drafted. I was passed out.
I was very much
too many.
I was thriving.
That might have been the draft when you were whipping me as I was throwing up into the toilet with your belt.
True story. Lupagus was vomiting in my toilet, could not handle his alcohol, and I was whipping him with a belt at that time, videotaping. It was wonderful. Lodeholt.
That's why
Lodeholt.
I don't drink Morgan anymore.
But when Lodeholt, it's not even close.
Yeah, when I woke up and found out we got Phil Lodeholt, I was very excited. Because I thought, again, another guy I think was
next Wednesday.
Next guy, with I couldn't even, I had to put so much aloe on my back. I had to lay on my belly for 2 weeks after that. It was Lodeholt. And a guy who probably shouldn't have been there, and we still got him. I think it was slow, only
and he ended up being one of the Vikings' best right tackles of all time. Philly Lodeholt, baby. Patreon link. Let's get one more before it's over. I'll give you one more let's go impromptu. More excited about Zach Davidson in round 5 or Nick freaking Muse in round 7?
I don't know. If only had some kind of, I can't visualize what Nick Muse even looks like.
Well, I mean, if you close your eyes and just picture it.
Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you what, if Zach Davidson had a picture like this, it would have been Zach Davidson, but it's Nick Muse. Hands down. Guy who's got the freaking balls to do something like that is a guy who needs to be.
That's confidence. People are fairly grossed out about it, but you know what? That's confidence. That is confidence. And we did it. We got a third.
We did it?
Randall Mania. Randall Mania.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we got 3. We'll be giving away a hat for sure. Also, thanks to everybody. My name is Jeff Tim Voss. I'm probably missing somebody, but appreciate all of the love there. Everybody hopping on as usual. We're going to keep doing these every week. We'll probably tone down a little bit in the off season if there's nothing to talk about. Maybe 2 times a month. We'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. We're going to be upfront about that. We don't want to sit here and have nothing to talk about. Apparently, we can talk about
egg bakes.
Breakfast. And that's going to be a riveting conversation as well. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Great show. Appreciate everybody hopping on as always. And we'll be back definitely next week. Maybe talking about, when's the schedule come out? The 18th?
I think it was the 12th.
Was it? Damn it. We got plenty to talk about.
Yeah. Well, and maybe we'll talk about this little fact with the drop on all your asses. Male giraffes mate more often with other males than females.
My Lord.